my Tabor City home here, and today we're going to talk about cheap alternatives for degreasers. Working here on the 1981 4555 Backhoe, and there was a ton of grease on this thing. So much so that I had thought about buying some of the commercial degreasers, and just the price of it would have been phenomenal to get that much of a degreaser, to get that much stuff off there. Consequently, you know, there are some very good cheap alternatives out there. One of the things that I have found, I tootled around on YouTube and got a look at some videos, and one of the things I found that people were talking about that it absolutely was correct would be oven cleaner. And I get this particular oven cleaner at $1 type of store where you pay less than $1 for everything, or $1 or less for everything. And I buy several cans of this at one time. This has actually been a really good degreaser. I've been very surprised with the performance of it. I spray it on the parts. I let it sit for 10-15 minutes, and then I take a little brush that I bought at the same store, $1 or less, and just give it a little scrub, and I have been extraordinarily happy with the results. So down here today we've got the hood for the Backhoe, and we have already gone ahead and sprayed this hood. There's hydraulic fluid, engine oil, everything just built up on the inside of this hood. This is actually the area of the hood where the radiator sits. So there's also a lot of soot that come out of the motor for the Backhoe in here, and just a lot of going on in there. A little plastic brush right here. I get in there with the brush, give it a little bit of a scrub. We're just making sure we get that grease worked in there to every part of the hood, or get that degreaser rather worked in every part of the hood. Make sure we're breaking loose any of those really tough particles that are sticking onto the paint. And you know, this can of degreaser, I have done both sides of this hood. This is the last little part I have to do. I've also come over here and degreased the front end of the Backhoe under where the hydraulic pump is. Those cans go a pretty fair distance as far as how much you're going to get out of them use-wise. See if we can get this pressure washer to start in one pull. See, we need to choke it. Oh, this is terrible. Right here on film. So as you can see, it is is an effective degreaser. It's not a miracle worker, but it is an effective degreaser. Cheap, $1 a can. Used it on some pretty heavy gummed up stuff, and it has performed very admirably. Seems like if you let it sit that 15 minutes, we're at about 10 minutes on that hood. Seems like if you let it sit that 15 minutes, it's a little bit better. It will. You need to read the can though, because there are some components you really shouldn't get it on. I know that aluminum is one of them. Read the can, see what you can't put it on, but I'll tell you, it's good, it's effective, it's cheap, and it'll help you get your work done. So, from my Tabor City home, hope you have a great day.